Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
Hello, my name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best way to support this show. If you need it, Amazon has it, and you can get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hard to believe another year has passed, and it just in the blink of the eye.
Yes.
Or an eye. The Bolivian is rubbing off on me. In the blink of the eye.
Well, that's not polite, is it?
It is the.
How dare you?
It's the day that I know everybody in this room looks forward to more than any other, and I'm talking about Mother's Day. 2 days away. Couldn't believe it. I'm so excited.
Now, do you have your tree up?
I don't. I didn't. I'm late this year.
Oh, my God.
I'm late this year, but
Have you
I did
hidden the
decorate.
eggs?
Yeah, I hid the eggs, and I decorated the garage, and I put the menorah in the window. Now
Good.
it's not the and it's not the menorah. We call it the menorah. I always slip up with that way. It's the Madora.
Oh, that's right, because it's the
Madora,
holiday.
I get it.
That's exactly. It's Mother's Day, and it's incredible. A lot of people, especially guys, it seems like such a tradition to make fun of Mother's Day. Not in this studio. Yes, Oscar.
No. At my house, when we light the Madora, we actually light a candle for each time my mom beat me.
Yeah, it's true. The miracle of 8 beatings, they call it.
It's a lovely, lovely story.
And we're actually, Mike, we're really opening up at my house this year. We're sending a card and celebrating with Richard Roundtree, which you know is a big deal because, as you know, Shaft was a bad mother.
Yes, he was. Shut your mouth.
Hey, I'm only talking about Shaft.
John Shaft.
We can dig it.
Yes, thank you. I like to entertain, but I also like to inform on this program. Thank you, Rob. Thank you.
I love when you entertain.
Thank you. Pony, isn't this a better show than yesterday already?
It's 100 times better.
Already.
Thank you. I just thought I'd pass that along.
Hey, Pony, when Mike talks to you, if you don't mind, and this is strictly for us in the studio, it's really selfish.
Okay.
Could you give him a thumbs up just right into the camera?
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah,
There
because
you
then
go.
it looks like, you know what it is? When Mike sees him on the computer, it's like he likes a post on Facebook. Because he just sees that bony thumb.
So when as you're talking to him, you just give him the big like.
Yeah.
You got it.
You know, yesterday, Mike, he thought about showing you a finger, but it wasn't his thumb.
I understand. And then, did anybody see the pity party post from Pony last night?
No,
Yes,
See, that
I
was
did.
pretty.
I
That was
did.
alliteration, wasn't it? The pity party post from Pony.
Yeah, I saw
I
it.
like
I saw it. Will, and
It's like, yeah.
he got
go ahead.
pinged, didn't he?
Oh,
Yeah,
it
you
was
got
a
pinged.
big one.
Yeah. A big one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, would you like to just take 5 seconds out of our broadcast and tell everybody what happened?
I sure would. I was driving on the highway. I was next to a construction vehicle. A rock flew off of it and put a crack in my windshield that is slowly crawling across it.
Man, that's
So sad.
stinks.
And then he went home and he poured himself the last of his gin,
Goddamn right.
reflecting on a day where his boss was just so disappointed in
Is
him.
this drinking affecting my work?
Yeah. It was the
I
first
don't
windshield
understand.
crack ever caused by an olive pit.
He got home and he poured that really paid attention to pouring that martini, and then he struggled to concentrate on a job that anybody normal would be able to do in 5 seconds.
Well,
He's
Mike, the
doing
problem
great
is
today.
when he gets to ounce 10 of that crystal clear liquid, what happens is it's hard to focus. And I don't mean mentally. I mean
Yes.
physically. His
Physically
eyes get blurry.
focus on the
He has-
words.
Yeah. He has that old green computer screen, and it just goes just like light, just a blur of light.
But you know what, Pony? It's a different vibe today because you've changed your tune.
It's a clean slate.
It's a clean slate. I'm so excited. And it's such a clean slate that I brought in educational facts today. Random Mother's Day facts for you. Mother's Day. Jesus Christ, that was loud.
Yeah, it is.
My
They're
God.
all amped up today.
Well, you know,
Are
I'm
you ready?
excited about the holiday.
I hold in my hand
Yes.
5 random Mother's Day facts.
So for someone not like us that is not well versed on the holiday, this would be a great primer, Mike, a great way
Yes.
to start learning about the holiday.
Right, as opposed to a primer, which you put underneath a coat of paint.
That's right. So it doesn't soak into your dry
interesting.
wall.
It's a primer.
It's a primer.
Thank you. Thank you, Ben Franklin. All right, here we go. Are
Well,
you
correct
ready?
me if I'm wrong. That's the way you pronounce it, I believe.
Is that the correct usage?
I believe in that form it is, yeah.
Primer. Here we go. This is fact number 1.
Yeah.
This is the 100th anniversary of Woodrow Wilson officially naming Mother's Day a U.S. holiday.
What a great man.
Solid. Solid.
You know, that's why they have that bridge of him with the big dime on it, because he's
Yes.
a smart man.
And that's why he's on the dime.
Well, I thought Roosevelt was on the dime.
Oh, you're right. Anyway, number 2 fact. Mother's Day was originally started in the 1850s by a woman named Anne Jarvis.
Jarvis!
Oh.
And it wasn't about giving gifts. It was a day for mothers to rally together behind causes like fighting disease, mourning soldiers, and promoting peace.
Oh.
So for Ann Jarvis, once again, we put our hands together.
Good old days.
Fabulous lady.
I'd like to see us take a step back to that.
Really?
Yeah, getting away from the gifts and the cards and using it as something positive.
Yes, the materialism of society, Rob. It's terrible.
Well,
isn't it?
mostly it's women, yeah.
Fact number 3, 28% of people say they don't feel they know or they knew their mother as much as they'd like to.
That's
And I think that's
sad.
sad, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it is
very
pretty
sad.
I'd actually like to know my mother less.
Oscar, I just want to warn you, this is a sacred day.
It is.
And I don't think those kind of comments are in any
No,
way
I
helpful
love my mom. I
to
just
the
know-
mothers of the world
I
out
just
there.
know
You're
a lot
hurting
about her.
feelings.
I'm
You're
not hurting feelings.
Your words
I
are
have a pushy
daggers.
mom. You know that. She's just pushy.
Oscar, words can
terrible.
hurt, and I feel that I know my mom just the right amount. How about you, Mike? How do you feel about your mom?
Ditto. Anyway,
Job well done.
fact number 4, Americans will spend, here we go with the materialism, but
Yeah.
you know, in this case, all of it warranted. Americans will spend $19.9 billion on Mother's Day this year, and I think that is fantastic.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Who deserves it more than mom?
Flowers and berries, baby.
That's right.
Flowers and berries.
And fact number 5, 30% of the mothers in the U.S. are stay-at-home moms.
Oh,
Good.
good for them.
Mhm.
Good for
That's
them.
great.
Isn't that there are the
Yeah.
facts
Yeah, there you
that
go.
you
You know,
may,
Mike,
may
I know
not have
we're
known.
we're taking this segment to celebrate the moms in the world, but I'd like a moment to thank
Yes,
you.
go ahead.
I want to
Take a moment.
celebrate you, Mike, and let me tell you why. Because
is
you
that?
took moments out of your valuable broadcast
Right.
day, and you can put a value on every moment you're on the air. And you
Right.
took all that time to give
Yeah.
us that exhaustive list, that
Right.
list that told us everything we need to know about mothers.
Of course,
As a
right.
matter of fact, Oscar, I can't think of anything else you would ever need to know about Mother's
Yeah.
Day. In
Okay.
fact, I will go so far as to say
Yeah.
there's
Right.
nothing more to know about the holiday than what we've already learned.
You are wrong, Birkenstock bunion breath.
Oh, no, you mean there's more,
There
Dave.
is more. I hold in my hand. I did some more exhaustive research, and I
Yes.
found 5 little-known facts about Mother's Day that you might not be aware of, and I have them that I'd like to share right now.
So you were treading among the obscure.
Yes, I was.
Okay.
Yes. Are you ready for
Ready,
these
ready,
facts?
ready.
Born
These
ready.
are the additional facts. Here's fact number 1. 23% of American mothers will eat their babies shortly after they're born.
23%. That
bet you
seems,
didn't
you know, Mike, that seems high.
You'd think it would get a little more play, but they're covering that damn jet missing.
That's right.
Number 2, 52% of all mothers celebrate the birth of their child by doing jelly shooters within 24 hours of the delivery.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I think that,
interesting.
I know that's what
Absolutely.
Carrie did with both
Yeah.
kids.
Hydrate.
Sure, when there's a baby boom, alcohol sales spike.
And
That's
Jell-O.
a fantastic
Celebrating.
Sales through the
Yes.
roof.
Oh, fantastic. Number 3,
Yeah.
of all children surveyed, 84% are convinced that their so-called mother is not their biological parent.
Yeah, I've had that. I see that. I
Yes.
see that in this room, as a matter of
I look,
This is true. Yeah.
I look
Oscar,
nothing like
wanna
my
wait-
family.
Yeah, well, after yesterday's discussion. Fact number 4,
Yeah.
11% of mothers have a home-based business. And I think that's
Ah.
terrific.
That is terrific.
Oh, there's an addition to this.
Oh, an
of that
addendum.
11%, 97% sell crystal meth.
Whoa.
Which is fantastic.
They love
be-
baking.
What it is, it's profit. It's really all about the
Are
profit.
they cooking or baking? They're cooking.
Well, sometimes they are middlemen, too.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mules.
Yeah.
Mules.
Eisenberg. And number 5,
Yes.
American mothers lead the world in this export. I didn't even know this.
Really, what is it?
Guilt.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
Jesus, I'm tired. So f***ing tired. You know how tired I am? If some girl came up to me, begged me to f***, I couldn't do it.
Dad,
That's how tired I am.
watch the language, huh?
He's listening to music. Olive, I'll give you $1 million if you turn around. See?
All right, but the rest of
Oh,
us.
the rest of you. Can I give you some advice? Well, I'm going to give it to you anyway. I don't want you making the same mistakes I made when I was young.
Can't wait to hear this.
Dwayne, that's your name, right? Dwayne? This is the voice of experience talking. Are you listening? A lot of women, Dwayne.
Hey.
Not just one woman.
Dad.
A lot of women.
That's enough, all right?
Are you getting any?
Dad.
You can tell me, Dwayne. Are you getting any?
Come on, please.
No? Jesus. You're what, 15? My God, man.
Dad.
You should be getting that young
Dad.
stuff. That young stuff
Hey.
is the best stuff in the whole world.
Hey, Dad, that's enough. Stop
Will
it.
you kindly not interrupt me, Richard? See, right now, you're jailbait, they're jailbait. It's perfect. I mean, you hit 18. Man, you're talking about 3 to 5.
Hey, I will pull this truck over right now.
So pull the truck over. You're not going to shut me up. You, I can say what I want.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his settee, here's Mike.
Live to the Cabin Viper Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. Broadcasting all over the planet, we are powered by Encore Insurance Services. Over 23.5 million downloads. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com. And we are heard over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks.
You know what? Happy Friday, Mike, to our KCJJ TMOS listener of the day, Brian Driscoll.
Brian Driscoll.
Yes, of the Iowa Driscolls.
I know him.
Don't you?
The Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners in the world. Why?
Why?
Because they get it. Our show today is brought to you by, we haven't talked about them for the whole week.
What's that?
Our Amazon page, the number one way to support the show. All of us, we are on the Amazon constantly, and you should be too. And when you go to our page, MikeO'MaraShow.com, and you click on the Amazon banner, that helps the show immeasurably, and it doesn't change a thing for you. You still get the great discounts that Amazon offers. It's the best way to buy anything, and I mean anything. Books, Audible books, movies, games, toys, groceries, tools. It's the best place in the world to buy electronics. Check out the new Amazon Fire TV. It's a tiny box that streams all your favorite subscription and streaming services like Hulu Plus at only $98. I'm sorry, check that, $99.
Right.
You'll love it, and you can only get it at Amazon. Plus, if you like music, Amazon has MP3s, CDs, LPs, even 45s like Rob loves. And if you're more self-reliant, Amazon has dozens of tubas and tuba accessories to make music making fun. Hooray for tubas.
Do you know what Carrie did? She bought herself a fancy vacuum. She loves her vacuum, but because it's so fancy to buy the bag, she has to go to the vacuum store.
Ooh.
So we checked out these vacuum bags on Amazon. Not only did they get them to us in a day and a half, 45% less than buying them at the vacuum store. You don't think about buying vacuum bags on Amazon, but you got to do it.
Remember, click Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and don't be afraid to bookmark it, and do it now. So happy Friday before Mother's Day. We have an addition to the household today. We have my mother-in-law who flew in last evening, and it's mother-in-law time. And the ladies got to bed a lot later than the man did. I'm up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and the ladies are dragging their blonde little behinds around today.
Can I wager a guess that when you put out the recycles this week, it's going to go clink, clink, clink?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, they like to visit.
Oh, they were celebrating.
Yeah.
Celebrating. They love to sit out there.
Reunite.
They weren't in the house. They were not in the house down here for maybe 45 seconds before they went out to the patio, their special spot where they were out there to, enjoy an evening of whining. And I'm not talking about the WH kind. I'm talking about WINING.
Was it
whining.
hard? Was it hard for her to get the corkscrew through the TSA?
No, but she's happy to be down here, so it's going to be we love having visitors. We love having guests because we get to show them around and show them Mike O'Mara's Florida. Quinn Martin production.
Boy,
yes,
it's a documentary, isn't it?
I will now. Oh, what?
Oh,
Why'd you come in?
You've got a visitor here.
All right, step up. If you're going to come in, come here. What? What is it?
Hello there.
What are you talking about as?
Well, I'm just talking about how you're.
There she is.
Carla was taping a special across the hallway and just decided to come in. And where's your mom?
She's getting ready.
She's getting ready. What are you girls planning on doing while I'm working here, toiling away?
We are going to go shopping.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
They're going to buy grape-related beverages, Mike.
Isn't that terrific? Well, just when you're out shopping, please remember what I always tell you, okay? Listen up, Carla.
You is kind. You is smart. You is important.
Just kidding.
Can you ask her what is on the shopping list?
What's on the shopping list? What are you
that's
buying?
important.
We're going to buy some coffee, and then we're going to buy some, what are those things?
Aspirin?
No.
What are you going to buy? What?
Those little cookies.
Macaroons?
Macaroons.
Are you going to go to the place down in...
Yes.
Oh, are you? Oh my God! Oh my God! Daddy's gonna get excited. Hold on a second. Those macaroons are so good.
You know,
Dad
Mike,
loves
if you wanted to go down to Crohn's, they've got fresh fruit wedges dipped
Rob?
in dark chocolate.
Oscar,
Yes.
talk quietly amongst yourself. Right
No,
now.
no problem.
Rob.
Yes.
I swear to God, this is the greatest thing I've ever eaten. I always thought macaroons were something you got in like the bakery section of a grocery store.
I
and they're
love
like
macaroons.
they're greasy, kind of coconutty and stuff.
Right.
These are. How would you describe these, my love?
These melts.
They melt. They're made
In
at
your
it's a
mouth.
store. It's a macaroon store with this French guy.
Mike, is
And,
it a macaroon superstore?
No, it's a tiny little store.
That's
It's a
what
tiny
it is.
little store. It
With
really is. Right, go ahead.
coconut-flavored
Have fun.
cookies.
Thank you very much. Buy me something. Buy me a gift.
I'll tell you where you go wrong with macaroons and anything that is coconut. Don't over-sweeten it. Does he over-sweeten?
Yes, I love it though. It's fantastic.
Not so bad. 97 calories a piece. You can't go wrong.
You might not be looking at the same macaroons.
So
the
anyway,
little guys, right?
I'll be the nanny this weekend. I'm basically the tour guide, nanny, caretaker. You know, my poor son,
Designated driver.
But Mike, remember, these
Yes.
are the most important years of little Michael. He's
Yes.
always going to remember the nurture you gave him at this point in his life.
These are his
This is
living
true.
years, Mike.
Yes. You know, I am so. I will share this with you. I want to talk about Oscar's list of projects. We're going to get to that in a second because last night I was surfing the net and I became aware of the fact that Oscar has got another project going on. So we're going to list his projects in a second here. But
projects.
I want to tell you about, if I can, Rob, maybe you could get the little nursery music or something that's really
absolutely.
sweet. Because this now, I'm not doing this to soften my image. I'm not doing this to make everybody think that I'm a nice guy. But I'm sharing with you and this is no exaggeration, what is to me the greatest part of my day every single day. It is absolutely true. And I don't know where it happened, but it happened down here when we moved to Florida. The transition from Virginia down to Florida was seamless with my son as far as going to bed at night. We moved his crib down here. We got it set up the very first night so he didn't have to do any waiting.
Excellent.
And then we got to a point where between 7:30 and 8 o'clock every night is his bedtime. Mm-hmm. And there is a little drill now that has been happening over the last 2.5 weeks. And I love it. I swear to God. And the drill is he will be fed by Carla, and Carla's got him in his arms, and then she says, "Okay, it's time, Daddy." And I start to stand up, and he starts to whimper a little bit, going like this, but he's whining and he's smiling at the same time.
Weird.
Because he knows it's bedtime. He knows it.
Right.
But he's tired, and, we keep him active all day long, and he's ready to go.
Treadmill?
And the first night.
The tiniest elliptical you've ever seen.
Such a sweet story.
I'm tracking with you, Mike. I'm tracking with
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Oscar.
I appreciate
you.
You
just keep your mouth shut for a second. You've been a father. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I'm still
And
a
so
father.
I pick him up and he's going, but he's smiling. He's not really resisting, and he kind of he whimpers. And then I take him into the back bedroom where his crib is, and there's this little light that we have. It's a humidifier, and it's also a night light. And the night light comes out of the middle of the humidifier, and it projects stars and moons.
I've seen it.
On
That's
the,
an
on the
excellent
ceiling.
thing, yeah.
And he always looks at that. And so one time I thought he was a little stressed out, a little more anxious, and I decided to sit in her little feeding chair next to the crib. And as soon as I did that, he put his little head on my shoulder. And it was the first time he'd done that. And I was it was a moment that, you know what it is, Rob. I mean, it's like nothing you can describe. It was incredible. And I realized, and then I sing him a song. I sing him that little Barney song, "I Love You, You Love Me." And then I sing I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always. As long as I'm living, my baby you'll be. And then I hold him up, and I look at him, and I carry him over to his crib, and I slowly lower it down. And then I put his little monkey that he sleeps with next to him, and I look down at him, and I say, "I love you, little guy." And then I give him a little blow him a kiss, and I walk out of there. And that is my routine, and that has become, going away, the best part of my day I look forward to it more than anything
sweet.
else in my life. And I swear to God, it's the
Does
truth.
he get stressed out?
Sorry about that to make everybody. I know that was really
Okay, no,
syrupy.
it's nice.
It's fantastic.
The days that he gets stressed out, though, are those the days that Pony sends him the wrong copy?
It was a great. I'll tell you, it's a great end to a day like yesterday.
Okay.
It
Yeah, I
really,
bet.
really is. However,
Now-
on the baby, thanks, Pony. There's the thumb up again. On the camera that we have to monitor. I mean, God, what a modern world we live in. Imagine when we were growing up. But did we even have? They didn't even check on us for 14 hours.
No,
It's
no.
like,
They would. The monitor,
shut up, go to sleep.
The monitoring system was leaving a door open. That was it.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was silly, but now we have the little baby monitor, and our monitor has the little camera, and thanks to the generosity of listeners that got it on Amazon and
God
sent it to
bless 'em.
us
Yeah.
when Carla registered on Amazon. It was incredible. And so this time is really, really special to me, and I don't like it to be disrupted. I really don't.
No, I understand.
And last night, just tiny little disruptions, but I noticed them. The blinds were all open, so the room was bright.
Oh, my God. And your noisy neighbors.
That's right.
Why are the blinds open? Anyway, no, I'm sorry. The blinds were open, so usually the drill, it's like a timing thing. He knows it's going to be.
A kid is all about routine.
Yeah.
It's all about routine.
Routine. So I have to close the blinds because someone was, neglecting that. I don't know who was in there last. No, it was not her. No, it was. Stop it.
I'm sorry.
Stop it. It wasn't
Hit
her.
the wrong button.
Who was?
It was Carla.
Oh.
It was Carla. Well,
You don't
it's
blame
only
your
the three of
beautiful
us.
wife?
It's the three of us down here, so I'm sitting
There's got to
there.
be a
and I go, okay.
scapegoat.
Oh, it could have been a. You go what? It could have been a criminal. It could have been. It was
not a
my
criminal.
goodness.
Could have
The
been a
guard-
bandit.
The gardener.
So I'm very calmly, I'm going, everything's fine. Okay, little guy, a little bit of delay. Let me reach over and get this one and reach over and get this one, and then we're going to reach over. And now everything's fine. And I'm walking back after closing the blinds, and Carla comes over the PA that's on the camera.
Oh,
and
no.
goes, and it's like, hi, Mike. And I'm like, and I looked up and I'm like, what? Why? You're my moment, my only moment here. It's the father-son moment of the day. Why? What are you doing this to me?
You mentioned that he whimpers when the pass is made. When she hands him to you, he whimpers, but he smiles.
Yeah, it's kind of a fake whimper. It's like, I don't want to go to bed, but I'm tired and I do want to go
What
to bed.
about at any point when the routine goes well, does the whimpering continue? Are there ever any tears? Does he ever complain about going to bed?
Not really. But
That's
last
fantastic.
night, as soon as the, hi, Mike,
Yeah.
this was a whining it. Now, I'm talking 15 seconds tops, and then he's out. He's a great little guy for going down to sleep. And he's been sleeping through the night the last 2 weeks or so.
That's
Do you
great.
rub the wine on his gums?
Only when he's
It's
teething.
Irish whiskey, Oscar.
Oh,
It's
is that what
Irish
it
whiskey.
is?
Yeah.
I may have given up the sauce for a while, but it doesn't prevent it from still being in my liquor
That's
cabinet
right.
down here.
Just until the
Yeah.
shaking stops.
Right. In my mind, if I was to throw that booze away, there would be a finality that I probably am not emotionally ready to deal with just yet.
Yeah.
And that pond behind your house isn't deep enough, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, what now? Now to throw myself into?
No,
or,
just the bottles would be sticking right out, that man-made lake.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
what you
this
should
is
do,
true.
Because
Mike,
Mike doesn't have your consumer grade bottle. He's got the Magnum.
it's called a pull. It's got a handle on it. And what you should do, Mike, is
I've got 3 pulls. I've got a pull of vodka, whiskey, and a pull of gin.
when you empty it finally, put a note in it that says, I'm no longer drinking, kill me. Then cork it back up and throw it in the lake and include
Maybe
your
I'll
address.
take it. Maybe I'll take it out to sea. Now that I'm the ancient mariner, maybe I'll take it out to sea and I'll
Aboard the
put a
SS
note in it.
Candelabra.
Yeah. And
I
got
know you could write a book, The Old Man and His Handles.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah. I'll put a note in it. I'll empty the bottle out, and I'll write an Ina Garten, an Ina Garten note. And inside, if somebody finds that bottle, like in Cozumel or something like that, they'll open it up and say, "Hey, we found a giant whiskey bottle. Look, there's a note in it." They'll open it up, and it'll say, "How sad is this, Mike O'Mara?"
Do you have any of her books?
Huh?
Do you have any of her books?
Well, now that I've got it set up, I can actually look above me right now, and I can peruse the books. I know I've got something of hers.
Because I
okay. 365 sex positions, one for every day, by Ina Garten.
And Laura Korn. It's
Right.
You've
they
got to
both
have
worked on
sturdy
it.
furniture.
I was at Costco buying pork chops yesterday, and they had a couple of her books, and I was thinking, I wonder if Mike would like to read about his good lady. And it made me think that, I could go on Amazon and find you these books, but I wouldn't want to buy you an Ina Garten book if you already had one.
I have got the strangest collection of books. I mean, it's weird. It's all over the place.
I think I might take you to a contest with that.
What was that?
I might be able to contest that, is what I say.
Is he rubbing off on both of us? That's the question I have for you.
He is younger than us.
This is true. I have Take Me to Your Leader. I have no idea what that is.
Is that a book about the metric system?
I don't know. Then I've got a James Patterson. James Patterson.
Go.
That's my favorite fiction. Rookie Teaching for Dummies. That might be a Mike Kelly book. I'm not sure because he wrote some of those books for dummies.
It is actually, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm Sheeler.
Oh, wow.
What is that?
I have no idea. The Portable Pediatrician for Parents.
Oh,
I've got
nice.
that. Core Performance Golf.
Oh, yeah, that really worked out.
Manassas. You bastard. Manassas, A Place of Passages.
Oh.
Wow, anal passages.
Yeah, more like drug passages.
In His Sights, The True Story of I Am Blind. Thank you very much.
No.
True Believer. I've got that. I don't know what that is.
At least you have a library.
Yeah, you do.
Al Franken's Lies and the Lying Liars Who Tell Them.
He's such a dick. Why do you have that book? Is that from when you had him in studio?
That's probably from then.
Yeah,
it's
he's
probably
an ass.
signed.
I don't care
The Da
for
Vinci Code. I've got that.
I have that
Cell by Stephen King. Don Cherry. That's the hockey analyst. James Patterson. Okay, Oscar. The South Beach Diet.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a lot of dust on that one?
That didn't work out either, apparently.
Brutal. I think that's the Whitey Bulger story. Witness. That's another crime book. Idiot's Guide to Starting Your Own Restaurant.
Wow.
That also didn't work out.
So often a book, when you open a book, it tells a story, but sometimes when a man has his bookshelf, the bookshelf itself tells a story.
And if we ever, I know we've got the computer for it, but if we ever really need it now in my studio that I have set up just the way I want it right now, Webster's Encyclopedia Unabridged Dictionary. Got it right up there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're forgetting, there's one book you did not mention, Mike.
What's that?
And that is the Holy Bible.
Yeah. The good
well,
book.
that I keep on me. That's in my pocket. I have the pocket
Oh,
Bible.
you got the little one?
Yeah.
The blind people can sell to you for like $1?
All right. Wait, hold on just a second.
Oh, you got it?
All right.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, here it is. Let me see. Give your mind to the Lord, but your ass belongs to me.
Oh, it's nice.
Thank you very much. We will take a break. We are going to list the occupations. It is a business update with Oscar Santana.
Nice.
Oscar and Chad are debuting a beer coming up on May 16th at a brewery. It's just nonstop, and these boys have so much incorrigible energy. And Oscar has more than Chad, and I didn't think that was possible.
True.
We're going to list Oscar's endeavors when we come back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Ben Affleck kills it at the blackjack table. What's his secret?
Yeah, what is it?
Could it be card counting?
Oh, yeah.
That's a legend.
Pick a voice, any voice, for this commercial, because this is the type of commercial that I can do it with.
Jeff Goldblum.
Introducing Card Counter 4.0. Yeah. Card Counter 4.0. And I can change the voices in midstream.
Okay.
Card Counter 4.0 is the fastest way to learn blackjack and card counting. How about that?
You know, since there's so much card counting in Vegas, how about Mr. Vegas, Wayne Newton?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you saw the movie 21, read the book Bringing Down the House, or maybe you just like to gamble. Card Counter is a fun game based on real blackjack card counting techniques.
Morgan Freeman.
Plus, at no extra cost, you'll receive the amazing. I'm sorry, every time I see AMA, I believe I'm going to say Amazon.
It's worth a mention.
I'm sorry, I'm old. Plus, at no extra cost, you'll receive the amazing voiceover work of Oscar Santana when he asks the time-tested question,
What's the count?
Thank you, Oscar. It'll teach you the same counting system used by MIT students that made them millions at the casino tables. It's available right now for free on all iOS and Android devices.
Frank Underwood.
Just download Card Counter for free by TM Salt and quickly learn everything you need to know. Learning's like getting a shot at the doctor's office. It might be painful going in, but it's always going to be good once it gets into your system.
Good, that's right.
Whether you're on a plane, I made that one up. Whether you're on a plane to Las Vegas, a car ride to Atlantic City, or from the comforts of your own home. Staying in your home too often is like getting warts on the bottom of your feet. if you pick them off, you'll still be able to walk, but you won't be as comfortable as you were before.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, yours don't either, drunky drunk. Card Counter makes it easy. And if you love TMOS, please leave a 5-star review. Please.
Please.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, that's Card Counter free. Another big win from TMsoft, the TMsoft Laboratories, featuring consultant Oscar Santana. Now, I certainly count TMsoft as your list of projects, but I was thinking about it, and I lost count at about 5. As far as what you
Jobs?
do, and
Or
I would
ventures?
like you, and here, no, I want you just to list your ventures, whether they be part-time, full-time, whether they be in development, whether you are talking to somebody about it. It doesn't matter. I want them all listed, and here's the big challenge.
Okay.
I want you to list them in order of the priority.
Oh,
The
that's
first
excellent.
priority.
Easy.
And Mike,
And I sure as S hope it's this show.
That is easy.
also, can you open the question to include not only ventures but also adventures?
Yeah, adventures.
His adventures.
Yeah.
Where does
how
this-
many are there,
Where does it
Oscar?
stem from, though? Where does it? I mean, yes.
because the beer thing. I saw the post about your beer and the fact that you guys are debuting from a brewery. You're
Yeah.
debuting a beer, and I sat there and I have my moment. You know I do, Oscar. I have to tell you the truth.
Of
I always have my
joy,
moment. Oh no,
Support.
no,
love.
No,
That's
no,
right.
no,
Excitement.
absolutely not.
Celebration.
It's always yeah. It's like, well, I'd sure like to have a beer. But anyway, named that. But I haven't been drinking, so it's
Well,
just
actually,
as
Mike,
well.
you say I'd like to have a beer every hour of every day, whether or not it's named after you. You just won one.
Maybe every second.
I think one right now might not be so bad.
So I just want you to list all the different wheels spinning, all the different plates that you have in the air, Oscar, because I'm curious.
The number one stunner is the Mike O'Mara Show. So
Thank
we've
you
got
very
that
much.
going on.
Thank you. You know why I need that and why that makes me feel good? Because
Why is
we've
that?
already established that if it was a choice between letting me die or letting Chad die, you would let me die first. So the fact that you prioritize at least your business side with me makes
well,
me
that
very,
was just
very
pure
happy.
science. The fact that
Yes.
you were going to die first anyway. So it was
This
just
is
one
true.
of those thoughts.
You know, this is true.
It was
What's so
mathematics.
funny is I had forgotten about that, and yet you've held on to it.
Oh, always. I think, to the best of my knowledge, we may have visited that subject 3 times in the history of the Mike O'Mara Show.
You know, Mike, given that the situation between you and Oscar, you know what I would do? I would
What's
throw
that?
myself on the grenade, let myself die to let you both live.
Oh, that's
beautiful.
so sweet.
That's
so
beautiful. I'm
sweet.
gonna
You know, that's
applaud
so
you for
sweet.
that.
It's so sweet.
Thank you.
So
Good
sweet.
job.
How'd
Very
that
good.
go?
Second is Big O and Dukes.
Big O and Dukes. That's your second on your priority
yes.
list. That's it.
A lot of people call it Bode.
Yeah, Bode.
Bode.
Third.
Bode, Reloaded, Horde, all the other terms that those jargon.
I
addicts
should
have
mention
all the
this
time.
because just for context's sake, we are having a beer that we've worked together with, and really, this Chad Dukes has spearheaded this with the Mad Fox Brewing Company, where we're going to debut a Big O and
Is
Dukes
it
beer.
Matt Fox or Mad Fox?
Mad Fox Brewing
I
Company.
think
in
Matt
Falls
Fox used to be on Q107, didn't he?
Church. Oh, what a great DJ!
How you doing? It's Matt Fox, the Matt Fox Get Together for a Friday. Hey, moms, here's your chance to pick up something real special. We want to buy a Mad Fox beer.
And you
Anyway.
know that brew or beers are one of Chad's passions. So we're actually fortunate enough to be able to do something like that. So it's Big O and
Right.
Dukes, and then a company that really hasn't had enough attention, but it involves the Mike O'Mara Show as well. It's called Free App Company.
Yes.
And Free App Company will have the Mike O'Mara Show, TMOS, more broadcasting app within a couple weeks in beta form and hopefully out in the stores by mid-May.
Isn't that a
Working on it.
popular app company for senior citizens who have to keep time track
Oh,
of
yes.
stuff?
If you're old and you need a stopwatch, there's stopwatch for old people as well.
Stopwatch for old
Yes,
people.
so
So
check
these
that
are.
out.
So you have your own app company as
Yes,
well.
I
right?
do, I
All
do,
right,
I
very
do.
good. Okay, so
the-
it's called Free App Company.
Free App Company, yes.
How much
App
do the
company.
apps cost?
They're,
Yeah, keep up.
they're absolutely
Are you-
free.
Rob, will you jot these down, please, so we know
Yes,
the
of course.
total?
Yeah.
All right. So where are we at now? 3
We're
or
at
4?
3.
That was the third.
We're at 3. All
We're
right,
at
3.
three.
Go ahead. All right.
The fourth one, and they kind of interweave here and there, but the fourth one is I have a meeting next week with the Sotheby's real estate company for Hernando to see if I can actually
doing this. I
get
love
the
this.
drone out there and
You
see what
really
type of
do,
properties we can actually move. And at first I did it as it was kind of like a LARF just to see if people would get into it.
Did you say a LARF?
Is it a LARF or a LARF?
It's a
It's
lark.
a lark.
Damn it!
And also, when you take
A
the meeting,
lark.
don't call it Sotheby's.
It's Sotheby's, right?
It's Sotheby's, isn't it, Mike?
It's Sotheby's.
Sotheby's.
I can't say that.
Yeah, you just try.
Sotheby's.
Just say, hey, auction folks.
Sotheby's.
And of course, you picked Sotheby's because that's the high-end realtor.
They
in your
picked
mercenary
me,
brain.
Mike. They called me.
They called you. Now, have you? Here's the thing. Here's how I know. I want to know if you're serious or not. Do you have price points all designed for your drone and your drone
the
photography?
packages have been laid out.
That's awesome.
And my first
I
customer,
believe in that. I believe in that
my
company.
first customer is Mr. Todd Moore, who's also my best friend, because he's selling one of his houses.
One
and
of them, Mike.
And he'll be one of my first subjects as I go and take
Is it the
pictures of his
Newport Mansion or is it the house in the
house.
south of France?
No, it's the one in Herndon with all the gang warfare.
Ah, the
Yes.
Herndon home.
Yeah,
Yes, the
Herndon.
Herndon home. It's
Yes.
a shame.
Where he
what
started
those,
out.
What those punks did to that house.
Hey, you know,
So he's not going to turn it into a museum?
well, you know the Dell commercial that says, you've seen the Dell commercial said, this company started in this garage. This
Right.
company started
Yes.
in this, yeah.
Right.
If his commercial came out, it'd be Tmos started in this gang turf, instead of.
That's right.
Because I think it's in Herndon. It's in the bad part of Herndon. There are nice parts of Herndon.
There
That's
is
all I
no
know.
bad part of Herndon, Mike.
Right. Well, no, there really isn't. But the worst part, if you're going to say ground zero, it might be a suspect area. You just have to say, hey, how you doing? They have a new Buffalo wing.
No, that's
plenty
a
of free
nice part
parking
of
across the
Herndon.
street.
No,
Please.
That's a nice part.
Well,
of the
regardless,
neighborhood.
I'm going out there and hopefully shooting his property sometime soon. So that's 4, right?
You won't be the
And
only
when we
one
say
shooting.
shooting, we're not talking about that kind of shooting.
Right.
Absolutely
And my
not.
fifth one, which really is a passion project, is I really want to spread the word, and this is more for the community than myself. I want to spread the word about UAVs, unmanned aerial vehicles. And
Now you're getting into the government end of things, like the prohibition on these drones flying over people.
Well, this is what I believe. If you're responsible, just like the responsible people that are driving cars out there, if you follow the letter of the law, there
Yes.
should be no reason why you can't be an enthusiast or a hobbyist using
Right.
these. So
Right.
so I'm going to take on not the government, but those individuals that say this is not something that can and will be done.
Do you know who these
Okay.
people are?
I do not. I haven't gotten down that list yet, but I'm going to find them.
Is this going to result in your appearance on Capitol Hill?
You know what? I'd like to be on the Hill. I got to check my schedule and see what actually works
All right,
out.
what are we
work
at? What are
around
we
it
at right now? How many
We've
numbers?
got
What do we
5
have?
jobs.
That's 5. And Mike,
5 jobs. Now, are you counting the? Now I count.
No. Actually, take the community service down 2 pegs.
Okay.
There's and then free app company goes down. Okay, so it goes TMOS, Big O, and Dukes. I've got a super secret, double secret probation project that I've been working on with TMsoft for the past 2 years that I put
Okay.
to the side so we could actually rebuild the infrastructure of this show when we had that shift a couple years ago. Or
Right,
a year and a
right.
half ago.
Right.
So I'd like to revisit that project, then free app company, then the Sotheby's, and then the charitable exchange I'd like to do with the UAV administration.
Okay, so these are jobs. This is what you're working on, right? But then there are projects. You have the
Yes.
beer that counts.
Yes.
The beer counts as a project.
okay,
Oh,
the
bro.
beer comes in at number 7, Mike.
All right, I'm going to pull out my to-do list now, Mike.
And now, how much? Let me ask you this, because I'm curious about
Yes.
this. How much do you and Chad get for every one of those beers somebody sucks down? Like they're 12 ounce. Are they 12 ounces or 16 ounces?
Have you ever heard of a passion project?
Is it another one of these?
Yeah. He does a lot of those.
He likes to. Do you realize
It's
in
a
the time
passion
I've known him?
project.
Do you in the time? If I believed everything he told me about Big O and Dukes,
Yes.
he has never made one single solitary penny from anything Big O and Dukes
As a matter of fact,
does.
Big O and Dukes has prevented him from being rich.
I'll put it to
That's
you.
right.
I'll put it to you this way. Well, it actually is. It's a lost leader in the long run because if this really works out, maybe a couple years from now we could do something really special. But for a brewery to go out of their way and say let's get together with a show / podcast, that's a
Right.
leap of faith on their end as well. So
And I'm sure they'll have, like, at the big grand opening, you'll sell a lot of beer for the company. And
I would hope so. But there is
yeah.
no profit split there.
But you're not putting any money into it, are you?
No, we're not putting any money into it.
Do you
Okay,
at least
good.
get to drink for free?
Yeah, I think we do have a tab. I'm almost
Have
positive
you now?
we do.
Have you tested?
Almost
what,
positive.
What is the beer going to be called?
We can't reveal that simply because
Oh,
we're
so
going to
that's
reveal
coming
it that
out on
night.
May 16th.
Yeah, there's a poll online. People are voting. So
Okay,
that's what
Can you
And,
describe the beer, the flavor? What is it like?
it's going to be
What
an
style?
all-day IPA. So you can actually, it's 4.9% alcohol. It's nice and smooth. It's instead, some of these IPAs are really, really
bitter.
They're bitter. This is going to be a beer you can drink all day.
And good for the summertime?
Good for the summertime. You're going to love it.
Awesome.
Well,
And I'll
summertime,
make
Mike.
sure to get you a couple growlers.
I'd
your
love
wife
to
could
taste
drink
it. I
Absolutely.
would love
Work
to
it out.
taste it. Take a little sip, or Rob could get a sip. We'll see what happens.
This is what I have.
How conflicted am I on alcohol?
Well, Mike, I don't think beer counts.
Okay.
Thank you, Rob.
I have on my list of things to do today is call Mickey, call Tony Perkins. I have to confirm Jimmy's for a book release party. I have to talk to our author.
That all falls under TMO.
Yeah.
I don't know,
or
Mike.
the More Network.
Let's give that a subcategory of phone tree.
Phone tree, yes.
Okay, phone tree, but that's the project. I'm going to list them now because I'm going to
Okay.
do better than you are.
Okay.
So we've got the beer. Then another project is the television show, The Regulars. Is that dead yet? Is The Regulars dead yet, or what is it? You've talked to Holstein.
There's no more work that needs to be done on my end. Who knows what happens? That's all.
But
I
it's
know.
still. It did have you even inquired about The Regulars with Michael Holstein?
No call means no news. So that's what
no
I,
news. But
that's-
that means it's still open.
Yeah.
And then the other
Anything's
TV
possible.
show is Snacks of the Round Table.
Snacks of the Round Table is almost done shooting. We got one more location shot, and then we're done with that project.
And then you're done with that
Yes.
project. And you still occasionally do you not help out your former employer from Manassas?
I do.
Correct.
I do some contracts from him, but it all depends on the length of the contract and the time I have available.
That is true.
Yes.
And that's it for me. And TM Soft, of course.
Yeah, TM Soft.
You consult with TM
A
Soft. You go
special
on
place
business
in my
trips
a
with them.
special place in my heart. I actually
You
learned.
never mentioned Tech 411.
Yeah, well, Tech 411 is part of the TMOS.
But is that?
That is a priority.
It's another podcast. You have to get there. You have to set it up,
It's a
and you have
priority.
to do it every single
I
week.
feel like when I go to TM Soft. Okay, how about this? Think of a high-end university, right?
Okay, like VCU?
Yes, and then they're forced to use affirmative action, and then they're forced to look at who's the guy we're gonna take a chance on? Who's the guy that we can actually help out? Who's the guy that may learn something?
Me.
Somehow I crept into that TM Soft fabric, and I'm not employed by them, but when I show up to that office, I do feel welcome.
I'm exhausted.
I
Just
am
hearing
too.
him talk about it. So what's the total, Rob Spiewak?
I got 12. Let me roll them back to you real quick.
Okay.
This show, Bode, The Secret Project, Free App Company, Airnando, UAVs, Beer, Phone Tree, Regulars, Snacks of the Round Table. Occasional contract work, Mike, when the juice is worth the squeeze.
Yes, of course.
And, of course, Tech 411.
Really, that much
I'm gonna
spreading
have a heart
of
attack.
talent, spreading the talents that wide assures that every single one of those entities mentioned will get the same mediocre quality.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Oscar.
Probably
good
true.
luck with everything.
Thank you.
I hope you make that first million by the time you are 45.
Or you hope that I don't have an aneurysm.
Thank you. I
Hey,
hope that too.
Why
A hole in
can't
your
both
stomach.
be true?
This is true. We'll take a
jerks.
break. And we will come back
gonna
with more
die.
on the Mike O'Mara Show right here at Ball. Hey. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, everybody. This segment of the program is brought to you by SafeBackgroundChecks.com. I am not exaggerating when I tell you that I enjoy this website more than any new website that I have checked out. SafeBackgroundChecks.com is where you can get knowledge, which is power. And the more you know about people, the better you are. That's why we love SafeBackgroundChecks.com. I talked about it on the show yesterday where I spent a good 2.5, 3 hours all night long just checking people out. And it was fascinating, and it was enlightening, and it was wonderful, and it was helpful.
Yes.
All those really, really good things. It allows safe, secure, anonymous people searching and background checks, and no one will ever know that you search for them. One of the things we learned when talking to the people at SafeBackgroundChecks.com is that in many cases, if you're searching for somebody, for whatever reason it is, the company that you're searching with will let them know that you're searching them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which
It's
is
crappy.
cool.
That's a no-no as far as I'm concerned. They don't do that at SafeBackgroundChecks.com. Also, no upsells. They won't try to give you more info or sell you on more info. Each report includes all data available: home addresses, email addresses, phone numbers, a full national criminal record search, including the sex offender registry, and more. Some sites sell criminal record reports for $50 each. With SafeBackgroundChecks.com, you get unlimited searches for one low price. We'll tell you about that price in a second. Plus, for only our listeners, use the code TMOS and get a 7-day free trial and either choose 50% off the monthly subscription if you don't want to pay it up front, or get the annual subscription. I did this for only $95. You are not going to get a better deal
No,
than that.
it's unlimited searches. You just can't. I mean, as many as you want, anytime you want.
I did 20 or 30 of them the other night for one price, and I will do more as time goes on. You will save 60%. Search as many people as you want. Verify your next roommate. Scope out an online date. Reconnect with an old friend. Update your address book. Use the reverse phone search to figure out the source of those mystery calls that you've been wondering about. And, of course, check yourself out. You need to know what's on your public record, and SafeBackgroundChecks.com makes it easy. Remember to click the microphone in the top right corner and use our code TMOS, even if you want to just do it for fun. It's fantastic at SafeBackgroundChecks.com.
You mentioned the online dating. So many more people are getting out there, and, some of these sites say that they kind of vet the people that you're going out with, and there's information. And you can always tell someone, hey, I'm going out with so-and-so, just to let you know. But it's the peace of mind that comes from doing your own due diligence when you're going to go meet someone for coffee or drinks or dinner that you've never met. Why not take that with you?
Absolutely. It's a wonderful website. We really do love it. Visit SafeBackgroundChecks.com and be certain in an uncertain world. Back to the show. Well, we are looking forward to our Mother's Day weekend, and I will tell you that I'm covered. I even called my daughters last night and said, call Nana. Call Nana.
Good.
Give her a little happy call. And I did the flowers thing. As far as anything else that I'm going to be purchasing, I don't think it's going to be that significant. But I did want to get to this. We didn't do this on the bonus show yesterday, but it says here the people who are good with money know that being cheap often ends up costing you more in the long run.
Yes.
This is a list of 13 times when you should pay extra for quality in order to save money later. Now, I will ask you, Rob.
I'm going to lock in
Mr.
a guess.
Retail,
I'm going to lock in a guess on, or do you want me to guess outright?
I want you to tell me whether you believe that it's legit or not.
All right, I would like that.
There's a lot of stuff here that I will be honest with you that I have cheaped out on, and then there's stuff that's not even relevant to us,
like furniture, Mike.
Furniture's right away in the top 5. Cookware is on the list.
100% agree.
I think I do too. I think I probably do too. If you have cheap cookware,
you guys educated me on
last.
this when I first moved into my new place, and I didn't have any cookware. You said if you cheap out on cookware, you end up spending twice, and if not 3 times the amount of money, because you'll have to replace it.
We got decent cookware we registered for when we married, and that was nearly 20 years ago.
Yeah.
The pots and pans that I use mostly now are the ones that I got when we distributed all my grandparents' stuff. They're from the 1960s.
Oh, wow.
And
are you kidding me?
No. You know what it is, Mike? You probably know the product, Revereware. The copper
it's
bottom.
That, and you've had it for that long. That tells you right there that he's able to still use them. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I prefer
Are you meticulous? Are you
no,
really
far from
anal
it.
when you cook?
No.
Know? So they're all like they look like restaurant pots, right?
Well, yeah, exactly. And it's what I love. And
that's cool.
Boy, they get to take a beating.
Mike, even his cookware is old timey.
It's true.
It's true.
Mike, it's amazing. Oscar is still staying. He's paying attention.
It says cheap pots and pans don't last and they don't cook well. You might pay several times as much for expensive pots, but they will last, as Rob Spiewak just said, forever.
Very true.
Yeah.
All right, here's one for you, Oscar.
Chess.
Number 2 is car maintenance.
Ooh,
I would
say. I say you have to go to the 15, 30, 50, whatever the book says, simply because you're going to pay more in the long run.
Yeah,
totally agree. I've never had major issues with cars because I do get them serviced. The only time I ever had a major engine seizing on my car is when I took it to one of those fly-by-night companies, and they changed the oil, and I didn't get it serviced where I bought the car, and they didn't put the cap back on, and the car seized on Route 395.
The Jeep, right?
Yeah, the Jeep, right in the middle of the
Remember that.
summertime. I'll never forget it with my shirt off.
It's really, it is. There are, and I think that is more of a modern thing. I think in the old days when engines were a little simpler, you could get away with the zero maintenance policy. But nowadays, you're holding your toes to the fire.
It's also they have classes out there where you get to learn how to change your brake pads, change your brakes, change your oil. A lot of people stay away from that because they simply don't want to deal with it. The amount of money you save if you actually learn how to do it the proper way is astronomical.
It is.
Cars will break down a lot earlier if you don't take care of them. You can save thousands a year by making a car last longer, and you can also sell it for more later if you can show you've done all the recommended maintenance. Yeah, the thing to remember, and this is terrible for me because I am not a record keeper. I hate it. But if you have the books, the papers on the car, and you said, yeah, there's my 15, there's my 30, there's my 45, it works. The next next thing on the list, we've talked about it before. I've learned this the hard way because I never spent a lot of money on furniture.
Oh, furniture, yeah.
I realized that when
wood.
I bought it from you.
It is.
Now wait. Now hold on a second.
That's a
good
beautiful
furniture.
set that you got there.
Wow.
But
That dining room table is in good shape, Oscar.
No, it was in good shape.
What Mike got bit on the ass with your upholstery because you went to VC.
Yeah.
And I told you
Value
shouldn't
City.
do that.
Yeah.
I told you can't do that.
Yeah.
Value City has like this vinyl upholstery on a fake leather sofa that if the dog were to breathe on it, it would just be a situation where he goes, hold on a second. Here we go. Hey, don't put...
Yeah.
Oh, the dog ripped the upholstery by
no.
breathing on it. Yeah.
But
Anyway,
furniture's important.
Solid wood furniture lasts just about forever. With IKEA furniture, you're lucky to make it through the first month.
Yeah.
It's particle board.
Your favorite of all of my relatives, probably your favorite, my uncle Philip. He
Phil
just
Stalcup.
yeah, furniture salesman.
Phil Stalcup.
He just had refinished a table from 1954. And it looks brand new, and it's solid as a rock. Furniture, properly, if you go with a hardwood like maple, it will last the rest of your life.
Really?
Yep.
Also bust up your back.
Well, in my case, I don't have to worry about that. I mean, because I'm looking for something to last 7-8 years.
That's right.
Yeah,
So
you know
particle
what?
board
Good stuff.
No need for that. IKEA for you.
And here's something for forever. I have not done this. I've probably gotten good and bad over the years. Knives.
Ooh. Ginsu all the way, baby.
It says the cheap ones lose their edge right away. Quality knives stay sharp longer, and you can keep sharpening them for a lifetime. Are you a
heard
believer
this.
in that?
I am not a believer in that because what I have, Mike, are the popular Cutco series.
What are Cutco?
Cutco is a knife that I think is originally sold almost door to door. But if it ever gets dull, if it ever breaks, you mail it back to the Cutco factory, and they will replace it. Knives can be so amazingly expensive that I don't think the value is there. I understand that a knife can last a million years, but I don't think that's a good place to sink money.
Well,
I don't have
disagree
any
with
knives.
you. I think I've never bought a really, really, really expensive one, and I think when you read this, it's just like furniture, car maintenance, cookware. I think you should probably go for it because you probably have a knife that would
What
last.
about the survival knife?
The one you carry at all times?
Yeah, so the compass at the top.
But the
Well,
thing,
I brought it on the boat, my Arlie Ermy knife.
yeah.
Nice.
And if you unscrew it, it has matches in it, right?
Yeah.
But
Fantastic.
I don't know the maintenance involved in sharpening a knife. I don't know that I would know how to properly sharpen a knife. I think you're opening a can of worms.
Number 5 is hair conditioner. This does not apply to you, Rob
Yeah, I'll
Spiewak.
sit this one out, buddy.
It says here, Oscar, the cheap shampoo is okay, but cheap conditioner can be worse than none at all. Do you even use a conditioner on your hair?
I use right now. I've got Old Spice Swagger. Is what I
really?
use.
You
Yeah.
You can
I
tell
thought
when
you
he
were
walks in
using
the
that.
room.
Yeah, Swagger.
I thought you were still using that exotic from the East product, Kim Jong Un.
No. My girlfriend stopped using shampoo for a while because she was trying something new. Who knew? She's back to shampoo.
Oh, good. So
Yeah.
you don't have the vinegar stuff anymore?
I don't have the vinegar anymore. No more vinegar in our household. I put my foot down. Now it's Old Spice, Swagger, and then Vidal Sassoon, whatever's
All right,
in
let's get through these quickly.
All right.
Number 6, shoes.
That's what I was going to say when you started the list, Mike.
Quality shoes pay for themselves by lasting longer, but cheap shoes can be extremely expensive if they cause foot problems because they don't fit well. I totally agree with this. Do you agree, Rob?
100%. I one time read that always buy quality shoes, but always buy them on sale.
Yep,
that way you
that's a
save
great
a
idea.
little money.
But you're not
Oscar, are
wearing
you with us
shoes.
on this one?
No. You know what? Really, the Birkenstocks you give me so much crap about
They're expensive.
Are not cheap.
Well,
And
how
they're-
much? Like $100?
They're like 160, I think.
Oh my God!
And
You
they,
know that?
And they
Didn't
will
know
last,
that.
with the amount I wear them, they'll last me 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And the reason that they're so great, and Mike will back me up, is the negative heel. What happens is the sole is actually a solid piece of cork that they carve out.
I didn't know that.
So it has amazing arch support.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Arch support, baby.
Nice dress shoes are worth the price. Why
Yeah.
not?
What are you wearing right now, currently
Me?
on your feet, Oscar? Yes.
I've got
Here you go,
some,
Mike. See?
There they are.
I've
Beautiful.
got some Nikes, blue ones.
Yeah. Hey, we both have blue shoes on.
Yes, we do.
Mine used to be blue. Don't
Uh,
step
Pony,
on my
I think I
blue.
just ripped my crotch.
My blue
Pony,
sole.
you're somebody. What are you wearing? What are you wearing right now?
I'm just wearing your standard leather boat shoes, I guess.
Yeah, he's got his Skechers on.
Yeah.
I
Leather
think, he
boat
has,
shoes?
I think he has one pair of shoes. That's the only
Very
thing he
good.
wears.
Number 7
they're
is
expensive.
paint. Paint.
Really?
Oh, like paint, like you're painting a painting or painting
You're
a
painting
wall?
a house.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oscar, oil paints.
Well, oil
Cheap
paints you can't
paint.
cheap out on.
Says here, cheap paint doesn't cover as well, so you end up using 2 coats. 2 gallons of cheap paint costs more than 1 gallon of good paint, and it takes more than twice as long to put on 2 coats because you'll
coats.
wait for the first coat to dry. I never knew that if you get really, really good paint, you're not going to have to use 2 coats.
Ask Sherwin-Williams.
Thank you very much. Number 8 is clothing. Clothing, I disagree
slippery
with.
slope.
If you're dressing for fashion, you can wear anything because you only need it to last for a few months. For classic stuff like hoodies and sport coats, spend more and keep it as long as possible. I'm not going to disagree with that.
Yeah,
Well,
I like
Mike,
to go
you're
to
better.
Just.
You're better than the Gap.
You
Come
are
on.
better than the Gap, and besides, Mike, they really don't cater to us.
Yeah. So I'm wearing my shirt right now. The shirt that I'm wearing right now. Would you like to know where I purchased this shirt?
Please, melons.
No one will guess. No one will guess. Thornton Mellons, you dick. You fucker. There you go.
Hey! I'd like to register a guess.
Hey.
Did you
All right, go
buy it
ahead.
at Kohl's?
That is incorrect.
Oh my God!
No.
What else do they have?
You'll
there?
never know.
Men's
You'll never know
Warehouse.
because
Men's
you would
Warehouse.
never-
Men's Warehouse.
No, that is incorrect.
Oh, I know, Publix.
That is incorrect.
Costco.
Incorrect.
Oh, I don't know.
I give up.
Ace Hardware.
Wow.
Ace Hardware.
Is that
I got
a
this
fishing
shirt. It's a
shirt?
fishing shirt.
Can you stand
Yeah,
up,
it's a
please, and
fishing
model
shirt
it
that
for
I got
us?
at Ace Hardware. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? I have to correct that. This is not my Ace Hardware shirt. This is my Bass Pro Shop shirt.
You know what? I think that the judges say the answer is the same.
Yeah.
I am the American sportsman. Number 9 is exterior housing materials. I don't care. Siding, shingles, paint, blah, blah. Number 10,
Mike,
blenders.
Hold it. Go back one for a second. Didn't you spend top dollar when you were having your classic home reshuttered?
Oh, absolutely. It was fantastic.
You
Yeah,
said
blenders.
money's no object.
Go ahead.
Money's no object.
Blenders is number 10. Children's toys, number 11. Number 12, bed sheets.
I agree. I agree because you know what? If you
Why
go
do you agree?
a high enough thread count, not only do they feel better, when they actually age a little bit, they get softer as opposed to wearing out.
I used to think that. Then I bought the 1,000 thread count sheets for like $200-something when I was single and just trying to put what
Be sexy.
Yeah. Just lure the ladies.
That's when
in.
you. Isn't that really when you were going by MST? That was your DJ name when you were going to the clubs?
MST.
Mr. Sexy Time.
Exactly. And I remember buying these sheets and saying, these are going to be so great. And I laid them down and I said, I just got hosed. I mean, they felt like, I'm not a big sheet guy, I guess.
It says here, the cheap ones get uncomfortable after a few washes, and they lose their color quickly, and besides, they show the blood easier.
Oh, stop it.
Oh, I remember that. That doesn't come out.
Mike, when Senor Sexy Time bought sheets, he always went for the darker colors.
Mr. Sexy Time.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I made him Spanish.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, in the movie in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, when Mr. Pizza Guy comes to the door, that's how Oscar would go to his date's door. He'd knock on the door and be like, hello, just a second here. Mr. Sexy Time.
I had a girlfriend in college who liked to sleep nude, and she also liked to ruin every ounce of fabric on my sheets. Because,
Oh, God,
yeah,
that's nasty.
It was horrible.
Oh,
It was
my
horrible.
God,
Yeah.
gross.
And then she'd be like mortified, and then the next month she'd be mortified, and the month after that she'd be mortified.
Yeah,
So,
but
let
really,
me
if you
just-
only spend 3 days a month being mortified, that's not bad.
Yeah, but I had to
Yeah.
buy more sheets,
But let me just go into a little detail.
and I didn't
here,
have
okay?
polka dot sheets; they were white.
There are ways around that, correct? And so would she not only sleep in the raw, but she would choose not to buy the proper products to perhaps mitigate
in
these
her
circumstances?
defense, she might have been a raging alcoholic, so she could have forgot about
Oh,
it.
God, that's grosser. That is even grosser to me.
But,
That
Mike,
is
on
so
the bright
gross.
side,
That is so
We were
nasty
in
gross.
college.
on the bright side, after he was done with her, he was able to sell all the sheets as huge Japanese flags.
That is so nasty. Energy efficient upgrades, number 13. I don't care about that. I remember in college, probably without coming to blows,
Yes.
the worst, the angriest, the most mad I ever got at my roommate, Ed, my very first college
Fast
roommate at
Eddie.
Marist College, Fast Eddie. Ed was one. Everybody had these in dorm rooms. You all know the guy I'm talking about. It's the guy that has the old regular, the regular girlfriend,
Sure.
and
Oh, yeah.
she usually is coming from another college, or
Yes.
she's coming from the hometown,
Course.
and they are doing is waiting for her arrival on Friday afternoon at 4, so that they can enjoy their 72-hour F-a-thon,
Right.
which went. And I was nice the first couple of times when this pig came to visit my
Well, he
roommate
let you
Ed.
watch.
And no,
Sold
they
tickets.
didn't. I would sleep. This is how good I would sleep in the common area on the couch. That's how.
Aw, that's nice
because
of you.
there was one particular weekend where I didn't know enough guys yet to say, hey, can I bunk with you? I didn't want to do that. So I just stay out late, have a couple of beers, and sleep on the couch in the little dorm lounge we had. And that Sunday, they were out. I think all they would do is screw and eat. And they would have little breaks where they would venture their pig asses out to go to get some food.
Were they
and
heavy,
I went
Mike?
back.
Were they heavy?
No. He was a fit guy. He was an oarsman. That's why we were saying I was recruited to row crew at Marist College. That's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what I got into Marist for. And then I told them, hey, this is too early and too hard. So long. I kind of screwed the guy that recruited me. But when I got back Sunday, I'm going in to get some books out of the room. Because, of course, it was Sunday, the one time you're going to study.
Yeah.
And I had the lower bunk, he had the upper bunk. And they obviously had tired of the upper climbing up to the upper bunk.
Oh, no.
After they'd eat their F burgers before. And I looked down, and my sheets were, let's say, a color that was not natural.
Oh, man.
Well, actually, it was totally natural, but I was having none of it.
Yeah,
it was disgusting.
It was organic, Mike.
Right, but
so,
I'll tell you,
they were so full from their meals they couldn't make it to the top bunk.
Yeah, they were just so nasty that they wanted to use it. All I know is that my bed had been used as the sex bed.
I know why it wasn't. It had nothing to do with food or lazy. It had to do with the fact that sex in Mike O'Mara's bed is the sweetest taboo.
Let's do it in the famous man's bed.
Yeah. All right. Oscar, are you standing by with your entertainment report?
Yes, I am.
Oscar Rotzi coming up next right here on the Mike O'Mara Show. Remember, don't have sex in your roommate's bed, everybody. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. How you doing, everybody? It's time for Oscar Rotzi, brought to you by Vistaprint. So, Mr. Big Shot!
Hey, Mr. Big Shot!
Did you know that the folks at Vistaprint.com create all their business card designs in-house? They have an amazing team over there, and you should see the options they offer. And that's why it's so easy to make your own personal and distinctive business cards, because Vistaprint is simply the BEST best. And check this out. This is a phenomenal deal. Just for our listeners, 250 of these high-quality cards, just $10. I talk about it all the time because it's still, to me, every time I tell you about it, I am delighted with it because we know you're going to take advantage of it because it is that good a deal. Shipping is included. Just in case the $10 for 250 business cards wasn't enough, they throw the shipping in and do that for you as well. Just go to Vistaprint, pick your industry and your card, and start designing. You can do anything you want. And just when you think it can't get any better, you can personalize the back of your card as well. You can make a business card that is truly you. Everyone in this room has cards from Vistaprint. Remember that deal. 250 premium cards, $10, shipping included. Go to Vistaprint.com, put in our promo code TMOS in the cart when you check out to get the offer. Design exactly what you want, and Vistaprint takes care of the rest. 250 cards, $10. Go to Vistaprint.com and put in our code TMOS. We thank you in advance. And now, without further ado, it's time for Oscar Rotzi.
Gentlemen,
take it away, Oscar.
Did you know that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. will return to ABC?
All right.
I don't know if you guys were big fans. I know our friend Patton Oswalt was on there.
That's a comic book show, right?
Yes, it is. And he is back. I'm not sure if his character is returning next season, but the show is back. Also, Captain American spinoff Marvel's Agent Carter will be back as well. So that's interesting. What isn't coming back is Mixology and Trophy Wife. Have you guys seen either of those shows on ABC?
I have not, and that's probably why they're not coming back.
True
and you know
enough.
what? I will be honest with you, between streaming and premium cable shows and HBO, Showtime, and those, I don't watch a lot of network TV anymore. I watch very little.
I don't like applying the network schedule to my schedule. I like going to some place like Hulu Plus, and it's there when I'm ready. You know, and you don't have to build your day around it.
By the way, the one I used to watch, The Good Wife, that's gone into the land of suck.
Oh, I love it.
Because they killed that guy?
Love it.
Do you think the problem is they killed that guy?
Well, it used to be a credible kind of legal show, and now it's just a cartoon. It's just a complete and total cartoon.
Modern Family's coming back for season 6, and Resurrection and The Middle, Revenge, Castle, and Scandal will all be back as well. So look
I
for that.
really never picked Revenge to last as long as it did, even though I liked it at the beginning. My problem with network television shows, Oscar, is I'll give it a look, and if I don't like it, like on the first 2 or 3 shows, I am officially done. And then it becomes a hit, and I realized I should have stayed with it to start with. But there's one called Penny Dreadful. Is it Penny Dreadful that I think is out there? It's a TV. They're promoting it all over the place, and it looks. It's got Josh Hartnett in it, and it looks like it's going to be really scary.
Well, we'll have
I
to
think
look
it's
into
Penny.
that.
I think it's Penny Dreadful.
We'll
I'll
look
it
into
up.
that. ABC has picked up this 2 comedies: Manhattan Love Story and Selfie. So they will be coming out. We'll find out what they
God,
are
is
all
that
about.
is that like riding the wave, getting the trend? Selfie. Hey, we got to have a show about selfie.
Do you have anything about the miniseries that NBC is premiering this Sunday, Mother's Day night?
No.
Mike?
What?
Rosemary's Baby, Sunday night in 2 parts on NBC.
Oh.
Who's the actress that's playing Rosemary?
I think it was someone I hadn't heard of. Let me check. I'll find out.
Okay.
But I don't think it's a big name. That's what surprised me.
Breaking news out of the tech world, gentlemen. I said that I actually would add some of these stories here and there, and you requested that, Mike. Here
Yes.
you go. Apparently, Apple is looking to buy Dr. Dre's Beats for $3.2 billion. Can you imagine that? And you know those headphones. You've probably seen them. Your kids probably love them.
I've actually tried them, and there's too much bass in them for me.
Yeah, the Beats aren't. I owned a pair for a little while. As a broadcaster, I didn't feel, and it just didn't sound right.
Yeah.
Doing a show with them.
It's not an accurate representation of the way you sound. Although I'm sure it's great for music.
Yeah, and for the $300 you're paying for broadcasting purposes, you might want to go somewhere else. But for music, it's great. And iTunes. And
Zoe Saldana is going to be Rosemary.
Oh, look at you.
So that's why Rob blocked it, because it's a woman of color, and so Rob blocked it from. Even though he's very excited about the project, he kind of obscured
He's not
that.
into those shows.
Well, you know
How
what, Mike?
dare he?
I'm actually going to have to DVR it because I'm going over to have dinner with Donald Sterling that night.
There you go. Yeah, but you also, it's also the modern thing. Are you going to watch the new
Absolutely.
Rosemary's Baby?
I'm actually really curious to see where they go with it because they're making it into a 4.5-hour project, I think. And I also, of course, wants to see who plays the Castavets.
He has his father's eyes. By the way, Showtime has Penny Dreadful.
Okay.
And that's why, and it's a horror TV show created for Showtime. And so that's starring Josh
Thank you for
Hartnett.
the update. So you may wonder why Apple would want to buy Beats.
Right.
Simply because the cool factor is so strong between its athletes and teens that want to buy it and their streaming service. Apple has its own iTunes streaming service, which has had a fairly okay success, but the Beats streaming service has something new that Apple wants to buy. So they're actually buying the technology and the brand.
I'm stunned at the success of Beats by Dr. Dre because I looked at those and they just had. I really thought the first time I saw those headphones, we live and die with headphones.
Oh, yeah.
So
Sure.
we are connoisseurs of the product here. And I will tell you, I looked at them and I thought kind of consumer grade, not really all that good quality. And they really aren't all that bad, though, right?
They aren't that bad, especially for music.
Music
for
is where you want
broadcasting, kind of. It's funny because you'll see guys on television that do what we do here, and they have Beats on just because they think it's cool. But I sit there, I was like, do you know you're really not hearing yourself in the fidelity you need to do a show?
Particularly for you and me, Mike, it would be horrible because they lose with that extreme bass. You lose the top end that we can't hear anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything would sound like mud.
Be terrible.
Yeah, but with the Spotify and all these of the worlds, Beats has an inside track with the hardware and the software, so we'll see that coming out sometime soon. Mila Kunis, as you know, she is engaged.
And she is box.
Do you still think she's as pretty as... for some reason, I look at her now, and not because she's pregnant. I know the glow's there.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like she's as pretty as I thought she used to be.
I fell in love with her in Ted.
She was
love that
great in
movie.
Ted.
I thought she was great.
But if I can't have her, I'll take the older daughter on Modern Family because I think they might be roughly the same person.
They're very similar in look.
But the older daughter, have you also noticed on Modern Family, speaking of entertainment, she has less of a role on that show now. Like, as far as watching the program. Like, when they go to Vegas, clearly she can't be inside the casino. But when they go to these other, when they went to Australia this past season, they didn't show her as much as they used to in the past.
I don't even look at her. I'm into Ed O'Neill.
Yeah, he's hot.
He's all over the place.
He's boxed.
You'll love it.
Nice gap.
Mila Kunis was on Ellen DeGeneres, and out of all the things, and you've had a few wives, Mr. Michael Marin, so...
I've had 2, and now
Okay.
I'm married to my 3rd.
Okay, that would be
so
3.
that's 3.
What's the...
Forever.
What is the craziest craving that any of your wives had when they were
boy.
pregnant?
Oh, I know.
think
When it was mostly with Robert, but Carrie craved constantly divorce.
Okay. That's not
Carla, I was just talking about this the other day. I'm having a senior moment. I'm trying to think what she really liked all the time. She liked jelly toast, the aforementioned jelly
Yes,
toast.
so
she
do you.
enjoyed that. She didn't like pickles. Chocolate ice cream from Food Lion.
Oh, that's right. You have
Inexpensive,
mentioned
Brand
that.
specific.
brand specific, inexpensive chocolate ice cream from Food Lion. That was her thing.
Well,
Yeah.
what
and,
Mila,
and salt and vinegar potato chips.
what Mila craves is sauerkraut. She wants it every day.
Nice.
Which she says every time she opens up sauerkraut, it infests the entire house with the smell, which isn't fun for anybody.
Ashton, I want more sauerkraut.
Do you buy into the cravings thing? Because there's one thing: when Carrie was pregnant with Julia, and only during those 9 months, she could not stand the smell of seafood. We had no seafood in the house for that entire 9 months, and to this day, Julia will not eat fish.
Let me tell you why I buy into the craving thing, because my son is now 9 months old, and I still, every day, have cravings for food. Thank you.
That's Oscar Razzi. We'll get some more news next week.
Thank you very much, Oscar Razzi. We'll take a break, and we will come back with Rob Spiewak and the Magic Audio Vault as we wrap up Mother's Day week right here. Michael Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. This segment of the program is brought to you by our bonus package.
Yes.
You know, as I grow older and wiser, there is one thought that always comes to mind. One notion that I believe with all my being, and that notion is you only truly regret the things that you don't do.
Mike, you have so much wisdom.
Thank you. Anyway, today is the day for you to order your 2014 bonus show package. Do it right now. Order now. You'll get all of the 2014 shows plus on-demand video access to each show and unlimited access to the entire anthology. That's every TMOS bonus show since we started. At $69.99, you save over 25%. We also have monthly packages, and as always, you can order each episode a la carte. The 2014 bonus show package, because 5 hours a week just ain't enough, people.
Yeah, buddy.
You never want to suffer the heartache of regret. We thank you. Buy the bonus package. Tell your friends to get it now. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vault for today, Friday, May 9, 2014. Rob Spiewak.
I was on the internet last night, Mike, surfing the thousands and thousands of websites dedicated to the love of this show. And all of them were in agreement. They said, you know what was great was the Mother's Day contest for Sherry's Berries and Pro Flowers. They said they loved the fact that we tried to call everybody, all the winners, and sadly, not many answered.
No, how dare they?
But you know what? I credit listener Joey from yesterday. You remember, he was the guy that took the picture of his mom in nylons and showed it to the neighbor.
I love that one. I truly love that one.
Let's go to our eVoice hotline for Joey's apology for not being there. I love our listeners.
Message from
Joe Boohacker. Hey, Mike, Robin, Oscar. I can see that you guys just tried to call me for the Mother's Day thing. I am so sorry. I have kept my morning open all freaking morning, but this stupid C was on the phone with me at that exact moment, and I grabbed my phone, hit it, and it put it to send a message to you guys. I tried to call you back. I am so sorry I let you guys down. I suck. Sorry. Bye.
And incidentally, the sad thing and the ironic thing about that,
Yeah.
the C he was referring to was his mother.
I know, and that's really bringing it full circle.
I'm joking. I'm kidding.
He sounds so beat up about it.
I
though.
know.
He does.
Since you are the president, you are the CEO of this enterprise, Mike, will you please pardon and absolve him of his sin? Because I thought that was a nice call.
Well, the thing is, this is one of the few contests where it wasn't required that you answer your phone.
Right.
Normally, we require it when we do some of these contests, and everybody, we said, even we made the phone calls and didn't get an answer, that the moms would be called. Look, we know the way people enjoy this program. We know people download it on their own time. We know most people do that, and most people do not listen to it live or stream it live. They don't do that. Most of the people actually get it and listen to it when they can. Some people stockpile. It's just the way it goes.
All right, Mike, have you ever taken your finger, gotten it wet, and made a sound on a wine glass?
Ooh,
Yes.
Yeah,
Ooh,
especially like the finer
fun.
the crystal, the more. And they have people that play tunes.
Different tones.
Indeed, they do. As a matter of fact, there was an instrument invented in the 18th century where it was actually a spinning crystal cylinder that people could play.
Yeah.
Ben Franklin invented it, I think. But
Yeah, it was
just
called, I have it right here. It was called the Loser Spiel.
from Germany. Please don't drop it. Here's a guy playing the Game of Thrones theme on wine glasses and other things found in the kitchen. The only reason he had to go to other things found in the kitchen is you don't hit a lot of low notes on wine glasses. and he's changed the tone. All the wine glasses have different amounts of fluid in them.
Oh,
so
this is so cool.
What's he using for the big bass note?
I believe it is like a big Rubbermaid container.
This is awesome. I'd pay to see this in my kitchen.
Very cool.
You're in the Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
you love that stuff.
Big way. If they had action figures, I'd order them.
You'd lose the one of Peter Dinklage, though.
Oh, yeah. He's a little guy.
So
little
small.
Guy.
It's
I
like
gotta
our
catch up.
R2-D2.
What's Khaleesi up to lately, Oscar?
He gave that cat away.
Just getting hotter. She's just getting hotter, wearing less clothes. Ass cracks everywhere. Love it.
Mike, are you plugged into the Florida scene?
Yes, I am, baby.
Do you know the name Sierra Sweatman?
Oh, I think she's my next door neighbor. She's got a corgi.
Well, Sierra Sweatman was wearing a Hooters t-shirt, and a man went up to her and said, "You don't look like any Hooters girl I've ever seen," because she was heavy. So you know what it did? It inspired her to go and lose 128 pounds.
I was almost 250 pounds, and I was wearing a Hooters t-shirt, and a guy told me, he said, "You don't look like any Hooters girl I've ever seen." Lost 128 pounds and changed my body and changed my life. We'll be working towards my master's in business soon. You got to be careful about what you say to people, but at the same time, maybe what he said to me wasn't really so bad. Maybe.
Now, the reason I play that for you, Mike, is not because she lost 128 pounds, but to show him she actually got a job at Hooters. And do you know what Hooters? Do you know what Hooters she's working at as she works towards her master's?
Which one?
Fort Myers Hooters.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah. What's her name again?
Fantastic.
Sierra, and that's spelled Cearra. Maybe her master's will be in spelling.
I think
Sierra
there's two of them.
Sweatman.
I think there are two of them in this town, too. I think there's one at the beach and there's one in the Fort Myers proper.
You think or you know?
I probably know.
Which is your favorite?
The one at the beach, better crab legs.
Now, Mike, I'm sorry, Oscar, what is your take on Spotify?
I like it. A lot of people love it. I still like downloading music and having the song.
But this is like a music sharing service.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there is and it's a subscription service,
Yes.
right? There is a band.
Please to explain for those who might not know the Spotify.
Do you know Pandora?
I'm talking for the. I know.
boxed.
Just you're explaining to the
okay.
listeners.
It's an online playlist where you're basically not buying the music, you're renting it, but you can almost play any song you would like.
And you subscribe.
Yeah, it's an online radio station that you subscribe to.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's one subscription fee gets you as much as you want for a period of time.
Yes.
Yeah, they have almost as much music as I do.
It's a music buffet.
But I prefer Robify.
Thank you, Robify.
Right.
But the thing is there's a band, Mike. They're called Wolfpack. VULF Peck, and they figured out a way to finance their tour that kind of screws Spotify. Check this out.
Wolfpack released Sleepify, the album, last week on Spotify. This album's different than our previous albums. This album's much quieter. In fact, we believe it's the most silent album ever recorded.
To explain what he's saying, his album Sleepify is 80 minutes of silence.
When you listen to a Wolfpack song on Spotify, Spotify pays us a half a cent. So if you were to listen to Sleepify all night on repeat, you'd generate $4. Now here's my proposal to you, but I want it to be personal. So let's move this over to FaceTime. I'm proposing that if you stream Sleepify on repeat while you sleep every night, we will be able to tour without charging admission. And if you don't already have Spotify, for a limited time, Spotify is going to throw in the entire history of recorded music. Also, we're going to base the routing of the Sleepify tour on where Sleepify is happening the most. Never in the history of music has it been so easy to support a band's tour.
Isn't that
Well,
brilliant?
It's brilliant until
brilliant.
they pull his account.
Yeah, well, you know what?
You know what? But it sounds to
He can't
did it
take the
sound to
money.
me like Spotify was in on it. Correct?
Yeah, if
Spotify
it's a spoof,
is
if
not
it's a spoof, Spotify wins.
Spotify is not apparently in on it.
Oh, they're done.
They're done, but you know what? That's a pretty brilliant idea.
We're going to game the system and tell you all about it.
Yeah, but you know what?
No, it's not going to work that
He
way.
might make nearly $80.
Classic stoner.
It's a classic stoner.
A check that he might have made because it's done already.
Yeah, because that check doesn't clear. There was a bit that people used to do when they would have Google AdWords. They would just build a site and put Google AdWords in and just keep clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking. Like, oh my God, I've made $400.
Right,
And then you get
right.
the little email that says, hey, you're out, and you don't get
you're
any
done.
money.
Mike, we have gone horribly over. That is your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Mother's Day weekend, everybody.
For all technical support issues, contact Ponyboy at MikeO'MaraShow.com. Thank you to all of our fine sponsors this week during Mother's Day week. It was really a great week for the show. We thank you. We'll be back Monday with a brand new show. And Oscar, do not work too hard, okay?
I will not.
For Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana, and Matt Ponyboy Bloom, Mike O'Mara saying have a good weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.